I told you now. Let us see the next button. If I see the next button, so many activities that you are seeing, so many activities that we are seeing. In these activities, which is one activity you have to be select, which is good for your project. Uh, for example, your Facebook has a one activity. WhatsApp is have one activity. Facebook homepage is another activity. So the application contain one activity. It is an user interface. That activity is the user interface. Your application controlled by one activity. You have to select one activity. Here we are selecting an empty activity. Empty activity that I'm going to be select an empty activity. Select the empty activity, it will ask the configuration of the activity. Now I have to configure activity. So for to configure this activity, for an activity, you have to specify two things. So one is the Java class and second one is the layout file. These are the very important one. How to note down. So for configure activity, for an empty, for an activity, you have to specify two things. One is the Java class, second one is the layout file. Let us see. I'm going to select the activity and then I press next. Now you see here configuration of the activity. Here the configuration of activity name and layout name. But you have to be write two. For an activity, you have to specify two things. One is the Java class and second one is the layout file. Here Java is a programming language. Here Java class name is main activity. First one is main activity. That is the Java class. Here the layout name is corresponding to the Java class. That is activity name. So Java class name and layout file name that I'm going to mention here. But if you see here, there is something, the backward compatibility. That backwards compatibility is the one. For example, I was choosing the Android 4.0.5. Now, when I'm doing this project to load in the Android 5, this is the new version. But I did my project in Android 4 version only. So that new features to be applicable, select the backward compatibility. If you won't select, then the file